Hi, I'm Pamela, and welcome to Green Stick Cottage, where I cross-stitch whenever the cats allow me to. And right now, Misty is I think she's settled down to nap. I thought she was just going to watch the operation, but looks like she's settling down to a nap. So I decided to do this video, even though I'm still recovering from a nasty upper respiratory infection with laryngitis, but I do have somewhat of a voice back, and lots of sneezing and coughing and runny nose and eyes. So hopefully none of those things will happen. I'll hit the pause button if I go into a coughing fit. But anyway, this is my last chance to do this before New Year's Eve. And I wanted to talk about my plans for New Year's Eve 12 by 12. But before I do that, I wanted to talk about some other things. First thing is a new FlossTuber that I watched last night. And her name is Zan X Stitch. I will link her channel in the description box. And I thoroughly enjoyed her first video is a WIP parade, and I thoroughly enjoyed that. She had a lot of WIPs and a huge variety in those WIPs, and it was just a pleasure to watch all of it. And as it is, all WIP parades I get to watch. But she also had, in the beginning, she showed a project board that she made of all her WIPs. It's like a collage of all her WIPs. And that was just I thought that was just a fantastic idea. I want to try to do that and make it the wallpaper on my laptop so I never forget what I have going on. And so I'll be more inspired to, I want to work on that, And there's nothing like, picture, what is that saying? A picture is worth 1,000 words. So even though I have my WIPs on 3x5 cards, and I can leaf through them and say, I'd like to do this one, there's just nothing like seeing them, the finished product of what you're trying to make, what you want to finish, and seeing what it looks like finished. That really inspires me to get it out and work on it. So anyway, I wanted to pass that along and give her a watch and see what she thinks. I really enjoyed her. Okay, and the other thing I wanted to touch on is I discovered I'm calling it the 746 Dewey Decimal System section of the library. I got to tell a funny story about this. I looked up, cross-stitch on the catalog, where you can search the catalog on the library website. And I found a couple that I put on hold and wanted to pick up. And no, I think I forgot to put them on hold. That's what it was. So when I get to the library, I thought, well, I'd rather go look and browse that whole section anyway, because there could be other books I would be interested in. Well, let me give some background on this library. 2020, the library is being rebuilt. And so they're housed in a temporary building, and this was the era of a lot of annoyance for those of us who have respiratory issues and having trouble breathing. I used to carry my pulse oximeter with me to prove this to people, and it didn't matter. They didn't care. So that's the way the library was. It was a rather hostile environment, and all you could do was request a book online and then come pick it up in that temporary building. Okay. $4 point something million later, this library building is completed. And I don't know if it was 2021, 2022, I can't remember. And so we've been, my handcrafters group has been meeting there in the community room since spring of 2022. And anyway, then this last couple of months, there has been problems with this $4+ million building, with the heating not working. And I guess there's a boiler or something, and there's pipes in the ceiling, and these pipes are leaking in various places all over the library, including in the community room where we meet. So we finally had to, and people were just cold. I wasn't that cold. Anyway, I bundle up if I need to. But anyway, others were too affected by the cold. Not to mention the library employees have to work in that cold, because they were saying they can't get the part to fix the boiler for like 60 days or something. So the handcrafters group switched their meeting place to the county cooperative extension office, and that works out. We had to do that during the summer when they used the community room for the library reading program and had all kinds of activities for the kids. And so we're kind of getting comfortable with going back and forth. But anyway, so I go there to, check out 746 point whatever, the needlework section of the nonfiction bookshelves in the library. Well, and that whole bank of bookshelves, it was encircled by yellow caution tape, yellow tape that says caution on it. And I discover, dang, the 746 shelves are behind that caution. So I very cautiously, it said caution, so I very cautiously went under the tape to browse those books. I didn't see any water on the floor. I didn't see any problems. And so, but the security guard came and, reprimanded me and said I had to get out of there. I said, but I used caution. I was very cautious when I came in here. He didn't go for it. And I said, well, why are the library patrons not allowed to, look at books at the library? He says, well, you'll have to get somebody at the front desk to help you. They'll help you. And I'm trying to imagine, well, how are they going to help me when I want to browse? I don't want to, I don't know exactly what book I want, Anyway, so one of the library ladies at the front desk, she went back there with me. So all of a sudden, I am, just because a library employee is with me, I am protected from the ceiling falling in on me, or water dripping down from the boiler pipes, or whatever the risk is. I'm immune from it because the front desk lady is there with me, or one of the front desk ladies, and she was real nice. She was really nice, but I didn't want to, monopolize her time while I browsed the shelves. So I just started grabbing whatever looked interesting. All right, so that was the backstory. I kind of enjoyed, being a rebel at the library. So, but anyway, so one of the ones that I wanted to put on hold and forgot to do so, but did after that library trip. So the next time I picked it up, and it is called Self-Care Cross Stitch by Stephanie Rohr. And as you can see, I've got all these flags on here, and that's not even, I finally quit using up all my flags, trying to mark all the projects in here I want to do. And I decided to just put the book on my Amazon wish list, and I will be getting my own copy. But just to give you an idea, I'll try to show a couple of these. Like, I like this one. I've got to wait, I got to cover up the chart. So let's do this. And there it is. You are enough. So it's this kind of, and there's some that are funny. That one is just plain encouraging. And let's see. Yeah, I'm trying to find one of the funny ones. I should have marked all these, but I marked a lot, but it's not nearly all the ones I want to do. I really like this one. This is the first one, and they're all rated up in the upper corner here for, I think there's beginner, intermediate, and advanced or something. There's like 4, so like 1 cross stitch is beginner, and I can't remember all the names of the other ones, but I started marking the beginner ones first, and this is a beginner, and it's called Move Joyfully. So I have fabric for this one. I'll be ordering the threads. That'll be the one I start with, and then it goes all the way up to the Expert. I kind of like this one too. I thought this was cute. You can do the thing. So no matter what it is you're trying to do, like if you're on it, stuck on something, you can do it. But I love this kind of encouragement, and of course we all can enjoy this one. I made this. And then you get up to the more expert ones, and I love this one. Oh, there's no chart on this part, so it's called Flow, and you can see all those colors. I love that one. And another more colorful one, and also in the, I guess it's 6. This has 6 cross stitches on it. So, and so does Flow, but this one, creativity is messy. I am extremely creative. But again, I love all the colors. I love how it looks like paint. And anyway, this book is just full. It says 40. I haven't counted how many patterns I want to make out of this. There's some with profanity that I'm not, I would, if I could change the font, if I could figure out how to do the font and change the SH word, for example, to what. There's one that says, say no to blank you hate. And you could change that to say no to what you hate. And I would like it. But I don't want to put profanity on my walls or anything. So anyway, beautiful, great book. And so I'm going to hopefully be getting that soon. And I'll have my own copy to peruse and have fun with. Also, let's see, is this the one? Okay. This one is called Cross Stitch Greeting Cards, and it's by Joan Elliott. I guess I really love her designs because I have a lot of books by her that I have gotten at library book sales and things like that. And so these are all kind of like cards, like for welcoming a baby. Here you have several. And but I think they could make, frameable pieces as well. And there's some nice trying to find ones that don't have well, I really like this one. All of these, really. Let me see if I can hold this right. I love this Tree of Life, and with silken thread. With silken thread, these words I stitch with thoughts of love and happiness. So you've got the Tree of Life with the animals there, and then you have this one down there. So there's quite a variety of things in here. So this one is going to go on my wish list as well. And And of course I love this Home is Where the Heart Is. I don't know if it'll show up, it's small. So anyway, lots of good stuff in there too. And so that'll go on my wish list. That's what I love about checking these books out at the library. You can really investigate them and see if it's something you want in your own library. Now this one I wasn't quite so taken with. It's called Designer Cross-Stitch Projects by, it's from Cross Stitcher magazine. So I guess it's various designers. And I wasn't too impressed with anything in here until I got to this page. And then I was like, wow, I love it, love it, love it. Look at those bright colors and the flamingos. So yeah, I don't know if I would get the whole book just to get this pattern, but I will put it on my wish list so I don't forget about it. And so those were my library enjoyment. And so about New Year's Eve 12 by 12, my awareness of it is that, and so I could be wrong, but my recollection is that Kia B, and I'll list her channel below too, and Pam from Just Keep Stitching, they started this in New Year's Eve 2020, so before 2021. And so like a day before 2021. And the idea was to do 12 hours from noon to midnight on New Year's Eve and do 12 new starts. And I think this was supposed to be after a year of not starting anything new. And you would get to reward yourself with 12 new starts on New Year's Eve. And I thought that was great. And but I have noticed that people are customizing this to their preferences or needs or whatever. And I certainly could start 12 new things. I would love to do that, but I'm going to try not to do that. And what I did was I added up. I went and counted my WIPs. I actually made myself do it. And I had 11 WIPs. And I thought, well, I could work on each one for an hour and then the final hour start something new. And for me, it's more about having an event like this to block out 12 hours just for cross-stitching. That's all it takes to get me interested. It's like I feel permitted to do that when there's a special event like that. And I can say, nope, sorry, can't do it. I'm doing, 12 by 12 on New Year's Eve. I can't do it, even if it's only on my planner schedule and nobody else knows or anything. But I have told family members that's what I'm going to be doing. And so then I don't feel guilty taking all that time and not doing things, and taking a day like that to do what I want to do instead of all the have-to-dos that I usually end up doing that takes away from stitching time. And so anyway, so I'm excited about it. So this is basically going to be a WIP parade as well, because I'm going to I'm going to show you what I'll be working on each hour. So the first hour is my oldest current WIP. I've probably got older WIPs from the 90s in storage somewhere, but I'm not even going to brave the spiders to go out there and look. So I just got what is currently findable. So the first one, I started this in November of 2020, and this is Joy in the Journey. It's a Jan Lin kit, and it is on 14 count Aida. I think it's kind of an off-white or ivory. And this is also the WIP that I'm the closest to finishing. So it is, all I have left is this very outer border that goes all the way around. You can probably see it here. and it's all in one color, and I can't remember which color it is, but one of the greens. And so I'm hoping I can get all the way around, and if I manage to do that between 12 noon and 1 p.m., I'm going to reward myself with a teeny tiny new start called Dreaming Kitty. This is also a Jan Lynn kit. And it's got the frame and everything. And what is it? I think it said 2.5 inches. Yeah, finish size, 2.5 inches, diameter. So I'll reward myself with that, and finish out the hour with that if I have the time to do that. Even if I just make significant progress on this, I will be very, very happy. So that is my oldest WIP, and my little reward. So, Dreaming Kitty. And my next oldest is, I started it on January 30, 2021. And you've all seen this before, as you've probably seen joining the journey. And this is the 2021 mystery sampler from Fox and Rabbit Designs. And with each month on this, there is a let's see, how do I explain this? With each month, let me just show both pieces, because there's two, I call them Talavera, and that is what the mystery stitch along was about. And so each month had a section of the main piece. I'm going to show this one. I started the ornaments first. So each month had a section of the main piece, and it also had an ornament that you could make. And so there were actually 2 charts available each month. So for some reason, I guess I wanted to start small and see if I could do it and all that. And so for some reason, I started the ornaments first, and I decided to make them all one piece, 3 squares by 4 squares. And this is all based on Talavera tiles from Spain. And so I started with January here, and this is February, March, April. Not too thrilled with April. I'm using this is on 14 count white Aida, by the way, and I am using a color palette called Tie Dye by J&P Coats, and it's a huge, I have it in here because there's so many skeins for each color, and so you can see all these different colors here. And so I do have a, where did I put that? Well, I guess I did not put it here. Oh, here it is. So I just use one skein at a time and put it on my floss drop bobbin thingies. And and I haven't used every color in here yet. So this is the one I started with, the ornaments, and then shortly thereafter I started on the main piece in, February 4th, 2021, and so I was doing January in February. What a surprise! That's so unlike me when it comes to stitch alongs, or knit alongs, or crochet alongs. All of them work the same way for me. I get all gung-ho in the beginning, and I have so much going so many projects going at one time that it's hard to keep up. And but this is the main piece, and I can't remember how these were distributed, how each I can't remember now, in other words, which sections were which month. I do remember, because I did April recently, that April is the one that I visualized as pineapples, and so this is the April section, and I'm assuming this was March, but I couldn't say for sure. Now, these charts, I will link to the pattern. They still have the pattern, but you have to pay for it instead of getting it in the free. You pay for the complete pattern instead of getting the free monthly releases. But I think they have a stitch along going now, or it will start on January 1st. And I'll be checking that one out too, because I've collected all of the ones that they have done, because I love them all. So, but these charts come out, they are not colored at all. It's just one symbol for the whole thing. And so you can do it all in one color if you want, or you can do what I did and pick and choose colors. And so anyway, I just love these, and I love the Talavera a lot. So this will be, I guess this is hour 3. I think that's what we're on. 1, 2, 3. Yes. So there's Talavera, and I would love to see this one done sooner rather than later, because it's also an oldie but a goodie. And next in line is, so this is number 4, and this one is called the 2020 Pandemic Sampler by Sarcy Girl. And I thought she made a beautiful sampler. Hopefully I can find a picture and put it up on the screen, and so you can see what the final product looks like, and how far from being completed mine is. But this is my corner that I have gotten done. And, you know, not too long ago, I was talking about, like, the next thing, and I couldn't figure out where the potted flowers were. Well, they're right here. Duh. And so I don't have the pot yet, I guess. And so I'm just tackling this one motif at a time. And I think this is the first page. So I did the whole border for that page. And, but it's just, I'm really happy with it. So hopefully I can put the picture up there so you can see it. And these are the mini flosses, some of which I have not even opened yet. They're still in the Ziploc bag. And I just thought this was a beautiful sampler. Oh, nice. I've got fuzzies all over everything. All right. I won't blame the cats for that, even though it probably is their fault. And by the way, I'm calling that my transformation sampler instead of, even though the official name is the 2020 Pandemic Sampler. 2020 is when I began my journey to better health, I call it. And so that was the first thing I thought of when I saw that sampler, is I'm going to make it in, you know, inspirational for me. That, and, you know, of course I was hoping to finish it earlier than now, you know, before 2023. But since, and when did I start this one? March 1st, 2021. And anyway, since then I have lost, let's see, 3, math. I think it's 318 pounds as of today's weigh-in. So, it has been quite a journey since 2020, and so I was almost a year into that journey when I started that sampler. So that's why I decided to call it my transformation sampler, because I had transformed quite a bit by that time. All right, this one is number 5, I believe, and it is called There Is a Season, and I will hopefully find a photo to show what the finished piece looks like. I started it on April 2nd, 2021, and it is, I forgot to give the stats on the 2020 pandemic / transformation sampler. That one is on 16 count Aida in pewter and worked 2/1. This one is on 18 count Aida, and I was working this 2/1, which made the backstitching rather difficult, because it is, those holes are so filled. Now this is based on a passage from Ecclesiastes that to everything there is a season, and one of my daughters really wants this one. Unfortunately, I looked all morning, could not find the threads for this. So I'm going to keep looking. If I cannot find them by tomorrow, when this project's hour begins, I'm going to go ahead and either start Dreaming Kitty or continue it if I've already started it, because I finished joining the journey. So Dreaming Kitty has 2 chances to show up in the new starts, and so I really do. If I can't find the threads, I'll have to just repurchase them, and so I can continue this. And it's also very meaningful for me, because that was one of my dad's favorite passages, and he loved the song Turn, Turn, Turn by the Byrds that's based on that passage. So to everything there is a season. So that one, it's a beautiful piece. I love the colors on that one too. I just wish I could find them. Okay, and I think this is, I'm losing count. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 left. So that must have been number 6. So this must be number 7. Now this one is minuscule at the moment. This is on 32 count lavender Lugana, which I love. I love the color on this, and I think this whole piece is just absolutely gorgeous. It has, so far I've only used B5200 on it, but it has this huge pack of threads for it, because it's pretty big. I'll hopefully put the picture up here of what it looks like finished, but this is all I have done. It's just this one little corner of the lace border that I didn't even know there was a lace border on it until I downloaded the pattern, and because the picture is kind of not the greatest on the internet, and so I didn't even know that this beautiful border goes all the way around all 4 cats. So I've gotten one little motif of that lace border done. And this was before I had eye surgery, and I got really discouraged trying to do this even with an 8x magnifier lamp, and I was afraid I was never going to be able to cross stitch again. but after I got the surgery, I have been able to. So I'm very pleased, and I'm very hopeful that I'll be able to finish this. And you can see why I love it. I love, I guess in general, I love anthropomorphized animals. And you'll see I have another one coming up. But cats in floral hats, I mean, you just can't. One of my favorite things I've discovered is animals in human garments, you know, clothing and stuff. So that is that one. And hopefully I'll graduate to all these colors and get those all in there. All right. So let's go to number 8, which is a little one. And this is my spring bookmark, is what I call it. And it comes from a booklet, an e-book booklet type thing, called A Year in Bookmarks. And there's 12 bookmarks, one for each month. But I decided to start off with seasonal, so I call them, you know, I finished the winter one, and then I started this spring one, and here's the colors for that. And so there are a total of 3 daisies, and those are all going to be outlined in black. And so I think that it looks very spring-like, and I am looking forward to finishing that one. And this is one of my favorites. Next, those cats or the Year of Bookmarks. I bought a pack of 12 of those pre-made bookmarks from Hirschner's, and so that's what I have been using for that. And I think they're 14 count. Let's see. I didn't write it down. But anyway, 2/1. I'm pretty sure they're 14 count Aida in white. And let's see if I can get this pinned on here so you can see it. This is this is a monochromatic, a red sampler, and I am using DMC 815, which is what the designer used. I decided to go with what she used because I love her finished product. This is called the Fighting My Demons sampler. And I got the border, you know, this far, and I got to start on one of the dragons right here. So, so that is going to be a big one, and I am looking forward to it. I did put some of these, let me back up a little. The Fighting My Demons is on 32 count Lugana in Stormy Night, and it is 2/2 with DMC 815. Now, some of these I do have the patterns. So let me, and this is one of them. So let me, come on. Of course, my tablet wants to balk. Oh, let me show Year of Bookmarks. So you can see a little more close up what my finished spring or daisy bookmark is going to look like. There. Let me turn I think if you turn down the... Okay. Let's just acknowledge my lack of technological skills. And now it won't even turn on. It never acts like this until I'm on camera. And then it does this kind of stuff. Okay. Let's try it again. Let's turn down the brightness. See if we can cut some of that glare. And I've heard that helps. Now let's get the orientation. And maybe it is seeable. So there's the daisy bookmark right there. And this is only showing 2 of the daisies. But I finished this one that I call my winter bookmark. And that is currently in a book by, what's his name? How come I can't remember his name? Anyway, Alaska is the name of the book. James Michener. Yes. So, I love his geographical novels, historical novels. All right, let's see if we can get the full picture of Fighting My Demons, because it is worth seeing. This is a fantastic piece. The female warrior on the horse. I'm going to try and turn the horse into a unicorn. And all those dragons and other beasties of various types, and how she's she's keeping them at bay. I love that. And I am not going to use the word my in there. I'm just going to put fighting demons, because I refuse to claim them, because they're definitely not mine. And so anyway, so that's what that one's going to look like. And next we will go to another anthropomorphized animal, one of my favorite things. And this one is, by the way, that's by Chlorami Designs. I will link to her website. And then this one I have seen others do, and that's what got me to want to do it. And it is called Light by Barbara Anna Design. So I have made it to this point, and this is on 11 count Aida in, I think, an ivory color, and I'm working 3/1 on this. And I had received some stash from one of my handcrafter group friends. Her mother-in-law was moving overseas, and she was giving away her stash. And so I, as well as other members of the group, we ended up with a lot of her things. And I got lucky enough to get a lot of cross-stitch supplies, including fabrics. And I'm not really used to working on 11 count, and so I decided to use that up first. And so I thought these, I've also got kitted up the Key and Molly, some more anthropomorphized animals wearing clothes, a couple more. And this one is a fox in Light. This one's called Light, and there's going to be a fox here. And yeah, it's coming along little by little. And so I'm using the 11 count Aida for all 3 pieces, so I can make a little, grouping on the wall. And there's the threads for that. Love all these colors, beautiful. And so that is Light. And I think I gave all the particulars on that. And hopefully I can find a picture to put here, because I do not have it on my tablet. Let's see what else I do have on my tablet. Okay, that's my new start. Okay. Next I have, this was a freebie. Oh gosh, I can't remember who did it, who designed it, but hopefully I can put a picture of it up here. I have not gotten very far, but again, this was part of the stash and that I got from the mother-in-law who moved overseas. And this is also 11 count Aida in, I'm guessing an ivory color. The package did not have a color name on it. and so it's being worked 3/1. And I'm using all of these. I put these in my little zipper pouch here that says Mama. And it's got all of these unknown, unnamed, unnumbered flosses in here. And so I just bundled them all up in here, and I figured this piece is called Make It Do, and it is the old adage, how does that start? Use it up, wear it out, make it do or do without. And so I thought this whole kind of a, reclamation of all these threads that I don't know what they are, and the fabric and all this, that this is a perfect example of doing that you're making do with what you have. And so I decided to do the outer border first, and I started up in this corner. I used the darkest green that is in my little pouch here, and then I went as far as I could go here and here, and then I changed to the next lightest green. And I'm just going to keep doing that all the way around, and then I'll start with the flowers, and I'll work my way to the center. And anyway, this is going to be a fun project because you can't really do it wrong, because you're just using what you have. You're using it up. And so I like this one, Make It Do. And also using the 11 count makes it bigger. I kind of like that. It's going to be a little bit bigger than it would normally be. All right. And then my latest, this is like my latest start. Yeah, this should be number 11 of my WIPs. And I have the photo of this. It comes from the Cross Stitcher magazine from, looks like, it says display until 2/25/03. So it's from, February of 2003. And here's what it looks like. It is called the Success Sampler. And that looks kind of blurry and glary, but I'll read it. It says, success is not found in what you have achieved, but rather in what you have become. And I basically have become a third of my former self. And I'm like totally transformed into a different person, not only on the outside, but also on the inside, because I had to change the inside before I could change the outside. So this is a great reminder of that for me. And, that it doesn't end, with weight loss. It continues for the rest of your life to become everything you can be and everything you want to be. And a lot of those plaques, I guess you would call them, from the self-care cross stitch are ways to keep you mindful of all that. So I love that kind of thing. So that is, now I'll show what I've got, how far I've gotten on this Success Sampler. And I am doing it monochromatic, but not in blue like that picture. I'm using green, a jade green, and this is, and it is Sullivan's. I don't know, I think there was a number, but anyway, it's on 14 count white Aida by Charles Craft, and this is how far I am. I'm working on the outer border first, the outer section. It's like got, different sections. I was kind of thinking about putting pink for the next one, but I decided against that. I'm just going to stick with the green all the way through. And so that is that one. And I really have enjoyed working on this one because I started working on it after I worked on Talavera, where I had to make a lot of color choices. And with this, I don't have to do that, so it's much, it's much easier and less, stress on the mind trying to make all those decisions. Okay, now I've got to pull out my tablet again, and because I have the photo of, this is going to be my new start that I get to do from 11 p.m. until midnight. And this is on a website that I recently discovered and loved. It is called crossstitchvienna.at, and I'm assuming the AT stands for Austria because of the Vienna part. And so this is going to be my new start. It is called Home Sweet Home. And it has sweet little pinks and greens and some gray and black, and anyway, I just adore it. I think it's so cute. And I have a daughter in mind to receive this one who loves pink. So as soon as I saw it, I thought of her. And so I'm not sure how I'm going to finish it, but I just love it. And I've got some 14 count Aida here for this, and I have no idea. Oh, it's by Raymar, because some of this stuff that I got in the stash from my friend's mother-in-law is pretty old. I mean, like I said, it doesn't even have on the, this was still in the package, sealed and everything, and it doesn't have a color name or number or anything on there. But it looks like a creamy color to me. And I thought these colors for the piece, the threads for this, would look really nice on here. And so I'm looking forward to starting it. And also, just to tell you a little bit more about Cross Stitch Vienna, she has a companion piece to this. And this tells you a little bit more about her website. And this companion piece is called Lair Sweet Lair. I just get a kick out of this. I won't be making this, but I love her ideas to make this sweet little pink home sweet home, and then like have Lair Sweet Lair right next to it. And she has a lot of gothic horror, macabre, morbid, whatever. She even has a memento mori that is I didn't mean to show that. Okay. She has a memento mori that's got flowers and in the corners and stuff, but I'm not going to do that one either because I bought Satsuma Street's Memento Mori, and I'm going to be doing that one. I have that one all kitted up and ready to go. I'm not sure. It might be a birthday start. That might be a good one for a birthday start. But I'm going to either put down each side of it. I'll put a picture of Memento Mori by Satsuma Street here. It's a long, narrow one. And I think I'm going to, I have books with alphabets and all that. So I think I'll be able to find something that'll work with it and put Memento Mori on, one side going downwards, reading downwards, and on the other side, Memento Vivere. So it covers all of that. And I just love the bright colors of it. So that's going to be a coming attraction, hopefully, maybe during the first quarter of 2024. But anyway, so Cross Stitch Vienna, she has others that I'm planning on doing. One of them is called Let Go or Be Dragged. And it's got flowers around it too. I love it. I just think it's so clever and so cute. Another one is a quote from what I'm assuming from Wuthering Heights. It sounds like it. It's been a long time since I last read that book, but it is a quote from Emily Bronte. It's very dark. It's a dark sky and bare-limbed trees, and it's kind of dark looking. And anyway, there's times in my life when I could kind of identify with parts of that quote for sure. And so I wanted to do that one. I'm just waiting for threads for both of those. And then there's another one I've already got kitted up called Do More of What Makes You Purr. And the whole border is cat faces. And I'm going to do that one monochromatically and in a brown color. And was there another one? Oh, there's one called Welcome to the Glam Kitchen. Glam. I thought that one was great because my kitchen is so not glam that I thought that would be hilarious to make that one and put it up in the kitchen. And I don't know, there's so many. Most of them are too... some of them make me laugh, even though it's macabre humor. And I'm not a real big horror fan, but I can get a chuckle out of some of them, like, no body, no worries, things like that. I mean, it's just so silly. And so anybody who likes horror or gothic or anything like that, check out her website, crossstitchvienna.at. And I think we've come to the end of this preparation. And so now I'm going to try to record a short at the top of the hour starting at 12 noon and kind of show my progress, since those are less than 60 seconds. Just kind of show my progress and what I'm going to be working on next, and kind of, do that in a, put it in a playlist, I guess, and to watch the progress of each project as I go along for those 12 hours. So I'm really looking forward to it. I hope I get all my chores done before 12 a.m. So I know I got some cooking to do in the morning. And but then I want to just, relax for the rest of the day and stitch and watch FlossTube. And so I'll look forward to seeing anybody else who's doing this and seeing what you're working on. So thank you for watching and have a wonderful day.